Right, the Younger Dryas event,
yeah,
whatever
remember,
that was.
also, too, the Book of Enoch says no one got away, but in the Sumerian tablets, the Anunnaki pulled back to Mars. That's where they're supposed to be observing us from, is actually Mars.
Really?
Yeah, well, according to the
I,
red, I mean, unless there's more than one red planet, but yeah, red planet was mentioned in the Sumerian tablets, is where they pulled back on it. And then also,
Probably
yeah,
Deimos. That's probably what's on Deimos.
yeah, that's probably really, Deimos, tell them, Jay, is a moon that circles Mars every seven
It's a
hours.
potato.
Potato. And there's
It's a potato that is very close to the orbit, like on a very close orbit around Mars.
and it has a huge obelisk on it, a huge one, just bigger than the ones we got in
It's got
DC.
something weird on it for sure.
Yeah, the three biggest obelisks on America or the planet are Washington D.C., London, and the Vatican. Make that make sense. So, anyways, make that make sense. And
Yeah.
why is the Egyptian obelisks stationed where they are? But I'll tell you why in a second. Actually, I know why. So
I think this one is slippery because I think this is one of those where you could, if you really wanted to, say if you really wanted to, you could use this to your advantage.
Yes, for sure.
To hide real things behind a cloak of, well, we debunked 95% of it, so it's all BS.
So here's the thing, too. A thing that they reported, all three astronauts reported, is that they immediately encountered life when they landed. Immediately is what the report they said. They actually saw people walking around as they were descending, right? And then also, too, again, I think Gene Sermon was saying that NASA has cut feeds from Mars when extraterrestrials walk into view. And I'm thinking like, okay, I thought it took 15 minutes to get one signal back and forth. That's just me.
That's
again, using their math, right?
Well, I mean, yes, it's on a delay.
Right. I guess you could cut the feed on Earth when it was coming in. Maybe pull the plug on it.
You could delay the delay.
Jay,
right?
we know about bouncing some satellites, Jay. we know about.
That's what I'm trying to say, right? If you're seeing the feed before the feed is going to NASA,
we know how to daisy chain a few comms from Australia.
You can edit on the fly, sir.
To Naples. Well, anyways, so that was what they said happened. That's what they said is still going on. And I don't know what to believe anymore. We're going to go into, we're going to go step by step here. I got questions. So Enigmites, that's the story. Now, yeah.
So let's run down the summary. Okay. Here's the claim.
Yep.
The claim is that there is an ongoing
to this day
mission back and forth to Mars, has been going on since the 73, called Project Red Sun. And that it originally started as a joint Soviet venture, and it has startling similarities to sci-fi novels.
It has a lot of fiduciary that's involved in it. Now, here's where I'm going to throw a little shade on this, Enigmites, and I'm going to tell you what. Normally, Big Daddy here, I go all in, man, like, wow, that's amazing. I'm about to take a cleaver and I'm about to chop suey this bad boy up like you have no idea. This is the biggest load of.
Yeah.
It's not even well written. It's not even a try. Well, and I'm going to tell you why. We'll start. First of all, we're going to start with the source. NASA, known liars. They have been airbrushing UAPs and UFOs out of videos since the 50s, as a matter of fact, right? They've been doing that, right? So they have been nothing but deceit. They are not a civilian branch. They are firmly underneath the Department of the DOD. They are a military organization. That's why their pilots are Air Force pilots, Navy pilots, Army, I think maybe an occasional Marine pilot, but the rest of you Army guys need to step your game up, I guess.
Has there been a Marine pilot?
I think there's been like one Marine pilot in there. So NASA is a known liar. Somebody sent me this thing saying NASA in Hebrew means to deceive. I looked it up, man. I can't really find where it says to deceive. I don't speak Hebrew, or I don't know. So if you know in the comments if NASA means to deceive, go ahead. But what Big Daddy does know is that there's one thing all these people had in common. Werner von Braun, Walt Disney, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and my man Sergey over here. Not Sergey, let me get his name right. I want to treat this guy with Dimitri, whatever his name was. They're all 33-degree Masons, right?
Subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.